Hey guys, 95train here, and welcome to 95train's Q&A part 4? Anyways, let's get started. Spikyroxas asks, is it true that you once married a washing machine? Maybe? I'm not gonna get into details, but simply put, don't have a washing machine at home. Just saying. Next question, what's my name? Spiky. And then next question, what time is it 3 countries away from you right now? Well, if I live in the west coast of the US, 3 countries over would be I'm just gonna guess France or Germany. Next question. Any upcoming video plans? Yeah, I have tons of videos that I plan on putting up in the future. But then I don't know, I just haven't really had the time to really work on them or really really plan them out. But if you were to see all the videos I had and the projects that I plan on doing, yeah. All I'm saying is I have about 1 terabyte worth, well, 1.5 terabyte worth of video clips, and the clips are in their own, some of the clips are in their own separate folders, and those folders specify what project I plan on making with those clips. So yeah. Alright, next comes gotallinamore. She asks, when are we gonna play Minecraft again? Well, I haven't really been able to play much of anything, really. School's been a little hectic considering how I'm now a 12th grader, a senior at high school, and college stuff, and financial aid, and this and that, so yeah. It's just been real hard for me to do much of anything, and that includes making videos. So yeah, I can't really answer that, but I guess whenever I happen to play Minecraft and you are on, I guess I can try and see if we can get a game together. Next question, you remember the promise? All I can say is that it's real hard for me to forget promises. I'm not the type of guy who forgets about promises easily. Next question. I'm not exactly sure it's a question, but answer, maybe, maybe not. Next batch of questions come from Yazao Lang. Sorry, Wolfie, you know my Chinese is not very good. Alright, she asks, why make more videos? I'm pretty sure I just answered this, but school's been hectic. The fact that I'm a 12th grader, and the fact that I have to apply for college, and a couple other things that are popping up, it's really hindering my video making, and I don't know, I just haven't really been able to get to it lately. Normally I just make a video whenever I feel like making a video, but I haven't really been feeling like doing much of anything lately. Guess school's just taken that much out of me. Next question. Why you no talk? I'm talking now, aren't I? And come on, we've known each other for a decent amount of time. You should already know why I don't talk. I'm pretty sure even my fans kind of know why I don't talk, but simply put, I don't like talking around people I don't really know all too well. Like, even if they are nice people, like some of your friends that I've played with on Versus Co-op and Versus, I still don't really feel like using my mic, considering how, well, I don't know them all too well. And not only that, but I haven't really gotten around to using my mic at all recently, and you should already know that. But yeah, I don't know, I just don't really feel like talking much. Next question. Why you no doctor yet? Because I'm not fully Asian, and I don't really care for what my parents say, and the fact that I'm a lazy American, I don't know. You tell me. Next question. Do you enjoy versus / versus co-op? Well, it kills time, so I guess so, yeah. I mean, it gives me something to do. That must count for something, right? Next question. You want my NVIDIA GTX 670? Make it 4 680s and you got yourself a deal. Next question. Why you no speak the Chinese? Because ngomosik gongzhongman. Or in other words, because I can't really speak Chinese. And next question. You're in a dilemma. If your wife gives birth to your child, she'll die. If the baby dies, she'll live. Who would you choose and why? I would ask for a C-section. That way they both live. There. Next question. When do you plan another Q&A with other players/members like the one with Curve and Chris? When I plan to do one, I have no idea. When I plan one, I also have no idea. It'd be nice to do something like that in the future, but then again, everybody has their own lives to attend to. I'm not really the type of guy who likes to bother people if they're busy. So, yeah, there's that. Next question. Do you stalk people for a living? Kinda hard to stalk people if I'm pretty much sitting in some sort of chair virtually 24/7. So yeah. Next question. What's your opinion about PvP/faction in Minecraft? I was never really a big fan of PvP anything, and even less of a fan of any sort of faction or group or gaming clan. I don't like PvP related stuff because people tend to get real nasty in those type of things, so I just tend to avoid them altogether. I mean, I understand how factions are mainly with your friends, but still, just the fact that you're going to go play publicly anyways, chances are you are going to run into that type of ugliness while playing in a public server. So either way, I'll still avoid it regardless. Next question. 3 to 10 years from now, where do you see yourself? Future, home, lifestyle, etc. I was never really one for planning for the future. I just go with the flow pretty much. Whatever happens, happens, and I don't really think too much about it. But all I can say is that within 3 to 10 years, hopefully I should be either in college or finished with college and be successful pretty much. That's all we really wish for. So yeah, I don't really know for sure, but I don't know. Next question. It's all in Chinese, forget it. Next question. Given 3 wishes, what would they be and why? The 3 wishes would be 3 wishes. That's what they are. Now, as for what I'll wish for, I guess wish number 1 would be the ability to control time. At some point in our lives, we all kind of wish that we can change something that has happened in the past. So that's one reason. But another reason would be just the ability to jump back and forth in time just to see what happens. I think that'd be a pretty cool ability. Wish number 2, I guess it would be wealth. Being Asian and all, our whole philosophy is all about good health, good wealth, and good luck. So wealth has a lot to do with the Asian culture, and living in a capitalistic society, that's kind of what everybody wishes for, wealth. And then wish number 3 would be, I guess, luck, good luck. Again, with the Asian culture and stuff, luck being one of the biggest things in life. And given the shitty luck I've had throughout my life, a little good luck every now and then, it wouldn't hurt. Next question. If you were able to restart your life from fresh and maybe have a different path as you grow, would you take that chance? It is true I've had a pretty rough life. I can't say bad, but I haven't had a lot of chances at life, and I can't really say I'm happy with it. But I'm content with my way of thinking because of the environment that I grew up in and the life that I've had who makes me who I am. So if I were to be able to restart from fresh, so I can't really say I'd really want to restart, even though I kind of do. But simply put, restarting from fresh to get a more likable childhood, I'm afraid that it's going to change me to the point that I'm going to take everything for granted, and I don't want that. So no, if given the opportunity, I will choose not to restart my life, but instead I will hope for a brighter future because of my dark-ish childhood. Next question. America or can of duh? I've been wanting to go to Canada and possibly live there for quite some time now, but being an American born citizen, it's kind of hard for me to completely turn my back on America. I mean, I was born here, so. Next question. Coke or Pepsi? Doesn't really matter. I don't really see the difference. I mean, the only difference I see between Coke and Pepsi is the fact that Coke, it feels more carbonated than Pepsi. But otherwise, they taste pretty much the same. And given a can of both of them, I'll drink both of them. Doesn't matter to me. Next question. If I or someone got you Saints Row the Third, would you play it? I've been gifted a good amount of games from really good friends. And every single one of the gifted games I've got, I've played. Because I feel that if they've taken the time to go out and buy me a game and use their own money to get me something, then I'm gonna go and play it. That's the thing. I don't want it to be that they got me something and I just leave it sitting there. I just find that rude. So yeah, if somebody gifted me Saints Row the Third, I would play it. But don't use this as an excuse just to gift me it, okay? Next question. Are you interested in people with an introverted or extroverted personality? I'd have to say both, yet neither. I mean, I talked a little about it with you already, but simply put, for those that didn't know, I like being around people that helps to balance me out as a person, to help patch up a few of my flaws. Like for example, I'm pretty sure many know that I tend to be fairly quiet unless given a reason not to be. And being around those that are really bubbly, random, and talkative, it's kind of hard for me to be quiet 100% of the time. But then that doesn't mean that I want to be around somebody that is completely bubbly and like brain dead random, because I just get sick of it after a certain amount of time. So to answer the question, I'd have to say that I like being around somebody that can make me talk even though I don't want to, or even though I don't feel like talking. Yet I also want somebody that's able to be quiet when they are supposed to be quiet. Next question. You don't mind me dragging you into my versus games, right? Well, I can't really say drag if I semi-voluntarily join, considering I was invited and not forced to play. But no, not really. Again, it gives me something to do and it kills my boredom and it kills time. So no, I don't really mind. Next question. If you live in Canada, would you ride a moose to places, drink maple syrup and say, don't you know, or A? Ride a moose? I've never even ridden a horse, so I can't really say. But what I do know is that if I'm in a car, I'll count all my 1 lucky stars and hope and pray that I see no moose while I'm driving. As for drinking maple syrup, yeah, no. And say, don't you know, or A. Don't I already have my own version of that? Next question. You jealous of internet overclocking? Yes, very jealous. Both I, as well as my 1.5 megabits download and 0.3 megabits upload, are jealous. Next question. Why am I asking more questions than everybody else? I don't know. Next question. What's your thought on the elementary kids massacre and Christians blaming gays? It's kind of hard for me to say anything about that, and I might sound like a complete asshole for saying this, but I don't really feel anything at all for the elementary kids massacre. I mean, considering all the massacres that has happened and the media twisting this and that, it's kind of hard for me to believe much of anything about it anymore. And not only that, but people in general, they've just become so twisted as to doing these type of things that the only thing you can do to cope with this is just to numb yourself from all this violence. Like, that's all I can really say about it. Because otherwise, you're just going to be playing into the media's hands of pulling on your heartstrings to do this or do that. And I know it might sound a little bit like if I'm paranoid or that I'm making it sound like if it's propaganda or whatever, but I don't know. I grew up in Lincoln Heights, Los Angeles, which has shootings fairly often and a lot of gang violence. So, I don't know, I guess just living here, I've been raised to just be numb to all of this. So, I don't know. Kind of hard to say. As for Christians blaming gays, I just see it as bigotry. Bigotry and stupidity. That's how I see it. Alright, next batch of questions from Spiky again. Would you dance if I asked you to dance? No, I'm not really much of a dancer. So, next question. Would you run and never look back? Depends what I'm running from, but most of the times that I have ran, it was in sports or PE or track or whatever, or something to do with sports. And I can't really say I've ever really looked back. So, yeah, I would run and not look back. Next question. Would you cry if you saw me crying? I know I can be sincere and very warm-hearted and stuff, but I wouldn't really cry. I haven't shed a tear in a long time, and I don't plan on shedding a tear anytime soon. So, no. Next question. Would you save my soul tonight? If this video doesn't get flagged for copyright, because I'm afraid that I just recited words to a song. So, depends. Alright, next batch of questions is from Akuto. Are you planning to post any other games other than Left 4 Dead 2? Yeah. Some of my older videos that you've seen, like for example, the Dead Space playthrough, the Overlord 2 walkthrough and stuff like that. Yeah, I plan on posting videos regarding games other than Left 4 Dead 2. But again, it depends, because on some of the games that I plan on doing, and I'm pretty sure I said this in my past Q&As, but in some of the games that I've bought, like Bioshock 2 and Fear 1 and Fear 2, I plan on doing a playthrough of them, but as you already know, and as my playthroughs will show, I'm not very good on commentary. So if I were to play those, so if I were to plan on making any sort of playthroughs in the future, I'm gonna need somebody in the background that can help me make things a little more lively, especially on games like Dead Space and Fear, where dead silence is kind of the theme of the game. Well, you know, aside from random noises for jump scare reasons, but yeah. And I also plan on, and again, I do plan on posting videos on other games, but then I also have to think about a couple other factors. But I think there were a couple games that, like, I think I had a few video projects in mind that don't really require too much commentary, so we'll see about that. But again, most of the things that I plan on making, it will require commentary, and for that I'm gonna need somebody with me to help me commentate on the video. Next question. Did you believe in the doomsday prophecy 12/21/12? No, I did not. I first heard about this when I was in 8th grade, and back then pretty much you couldn't go anywhere without hearing something about it. And then all of a sudden, like, I'd say a good few months, everybody just stopped talking about it. And then, like, a couple months before the end of the world, everybody starts talking about it again. So, as you can see with this phenomena, I'm pretty sure not many others really believed it too, considering how most forgot it until like the last second before the supposed end of the world. But To answer the question, no, I didn't believe in the doomsday prophecy. I never did, and I tend to be a guy of logic and reasoning, and if there is no proof concerning doomsday, then I'm not going to believe it. It's just that. Um Next question. Do you have a console? Uh Yes, and that console will be the Nintendo Wii, but I haven't touched it in, I'd say, like a good 1 or 2 years, I think. So, yeah. Next question. Will you remember me when you get famous? When will I ever get famous? I don't see myself as getting famous. I've never really been the type of person to get known for anything. Like, I mean, I love my fans and I appreciate my fan base, but I don't really see me being the next Kraken or the next Natfreak or Killplex or PFS Venom or any other like big time gamers that are able to make money off of their gaming videos. I just don't see that. And the number of subscribers I have kind of support that. I mean, I'm not I'm not saying that 260 subscribers is a little, but with the number of subscribers that I've been getting recently, plus the videos I've been making, I don't see myself getting anywhere close to something like 10,000 subscribers, 20,000 subscribers, or anything along those lines. I'd be lucky if I were to even get 1,000 subscribers in the next, I don't know, say 2 years. So, with that being said, if I were by some magical force to get YouTube famous, it will kind of be hard for me to forget a fan like you, considering how you were one of my first fans and one of my most loyal fans. I mean, you were around since, I'm pretty sure, since the very beginning. I think when Natfreak liked my very first Left 4 Lols video, I think that's when you showed up. And a lot of people that have showed up in that time, they've kind of just faded away as I went on. But then you stuck by me no matter what. So I appreciate that. And it's going to be kind of hard for me to really forget that loyalty. Next question. Will you answer all of the comments even though there are a lot? So far I'd like to say that I'd answer a good 90% of the comments. Well, at least the ones that I can answer. So, yeah, like from the very beginning, I've tried to answer or reply to every single comment that I get. Because they've taken the time to write something that they've had on their mind on my video. So I have to address that. I have to let them know that I have to let my fans know that I care, that I do look over your comments, I do read them, and I absolutely do try my absolute best to answer them. But then again, just because I do that doesn't mean that I'm going to answer all my comments. I can't reply to all the comments, especially if they are comments that I can't really reply to unless without making me look like some sort of, I don't know, ass. Like I do have a few trolls that have subscribed to me, that have, one of which disliked a good chunk of my videos, another just spammed me and I blocked them. So yeah, like if they are legit comments that I can reply to, I will try my absolute best to reply them, even though there are a lot. Like for example, my very first Left 4 Lols video, the one that I asked Natfreak to check out, and which happened to have gotten liked by Natfreak, soon after it got liked, there was a flood of comments, and I was just flooded with people subscribing to me. And even with that, like, I'd say a good 10 to 20 comments a day or something like that. I forget, but it was a good chunk, and I'm pretty sure I replied to a good number of them. So yeah. So again, even if there are a lot, if I have the time, I will look over them, and I will try my absolute best to reply to them. That's just the type of guy I am. Just to show that I appreciate my fans and the fact that they took the time to write whatever was on their mind on my video. So yeah. Next question. Have you ever thought about live streaming? Yes, I have, but I can't really say I can, considering I don't really have the quote unquote resources to do it. Because for one thing, I don't really have the best internet around. Like I said, it's at about 1.5 megabits per second advertised, and I get on average 1.3 megabits, or about 150 kilobytes per second download, and a mere zero point 0.3 megabits upload, or like about, I'd say, like 3 kilobytes upload. So yeah, it's not all too fast. So if I were to live stream, I'm afraid that it's going to lag real bad. And then on top of that, again, I'm not very good on commentating. So for live streaming, if I were to live stream, I'm afraid that people are going to get bored with it. So there's that. And then number 3, I don't really think I have enough fans to really live stream. I mean, I'm subscribed to people like Kippa Soup, PFS Venom, Kryken, Natfreak, and Killplex, and they have like thousands of subscribers. So, and even with that, them live streaming, they only get like in the mere hundreds. So for a guy like me who only has 260 subscribers, if I were to live stream, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't get any more than 10. And even with that, added, if you were to combine the fact that I'm not very good at commentary, and the lag, I'm pretty sure that number will drop pretty rapidly. So as of right now, I don't really see the point in live streaming, but I would love to live stream every now and again. But again, like, I don't really have the resources to live stream right now. Next question. Do you love me? I'm pretty sure I kind of explained my my thoughts about you already, but simply put, I love all my fans, especially the ones that have been loyal to me. All right, next question. Well, next batch of questions, again by Wolfie. More versus montages. I'm not exactly sure that's a question, but kind of hard to make more versus montages if I don't really play if I tend to avoid versus, like the versus mode altogether. But we'll see how that plays out. Next question. How much wood can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck can chuck wood? 2. Next question. Do you believe in the Pepsi God? I'm atheist, so I don't really believe in any god. Besides karma. Karma's a bitch. And then next question by Lol Ellis. When are you going to when are you going to upload more Left 4 Dead 2 funny moments? It's hilarious. I do have one planned, but I haven't really gotten around to editing it. Like, I have a folder of all the video clips I plan on using on making it, but again, school and college applications, and then there's financial aid applications and this and that. I haven't really gone to it, but rest assured it will be out eventually. But as of right now, it's kind of hard to say when, considering how the videos that I have posted recently are more about when I have the time and when I feel like it, as opposed to on a schedule. So yeah, and thank you for saying that the videos are funny. I really appreciate it. And that's all the questions for this Q&A. At 260 subscribers, expect another one when and if I hit 500 subscribers. Anyways, see ya.